It went off. Okay, now we're back. We're back. Okay, we're back again. We're back again. Sorry, the call went off. So this might look a little bit messy, but believe me, when you go back to the charts, you will understand what I'm saying. When you go back to the video, you understand. Okay, it might seem too hard for you to understand now, but just take note of this. Your higher highs and higher lows. How do you know your higher highs? You see it now. This is right here. The market does something. I thought I removed this feature already now. Waiting room. Sorry. Okay, so if you can hear me, can you just put a 1 in the chat box, please? This new Zoom, it has a lot of features that disables everybody from entering immediately. So if you can hear me, can you put a 1 in the chat box again? So we can just continue from where we start. So this will be the last session for this call. I'll be preparing for the volatility traders by 9 o'clock. So this will be the last call on currency. I just want to dissect this one. So just at the end of this training, you can go back and listen to this recording again. Okay, so all right, so now let's continue. Now the Fibonacci is used to record your retracement level. That's what it's used for. That is what your Fibonacci is used for. All right, let me remove the Fib tool again if it seems confusing. Let me start up again. I know I'm using this pair. I want you guys to understand how this market moves. It's not all about catching fast flips. Understand the market itself. This is how the market moves. I'm labeling it because for the sake of the newbies here, so you understand when you start seeing lower highs and lower lows, you think those things are just for fancy. They are not for fancy. They are so important because it tells you where the market is going to. Okay. All right. So now you see right here, this market was giving us a series of lower highs and lower lows, lower highs and lower lows, lower low. This is the lowest point, lower low right here. Okay. Now this is the lowest point. Now this is the lower high. Now each lower high does something. Each lower high has to create a new lower low. Okay. Now this lower high did what? Created the lower low. Now there's another lower high here because it's lower than this previous one. So now if this lower high here, this lower high now was now supposed to create a new lower low, which means the low of this lower high was supposed to be lower than this one. But what happened? The market did what? The market stopped here and did what? Reversed and went up. Remember this move. You are not catching this move. You want to understand the direction of the market first. Now, this lower high was supposed to create a lower low, but instead, it closed right above the previous lower high, a lower low, which means it has created a higher low. And remember, a higher low has to create a new higher high. And for a higher high to be created, it has to break the previous structure of a previous lower high, which it did. Now, you see your higher low here did what? Your higher low now created because you are not seeing it. So when this market started giving you this corrective pattern of rising wedge, what happened? It went up above and created a new higher high, closed above this previous lower high. That is a break of structure. It has broken above structure. The next thing you are waiting for now is for this market to go down and give you a new what? A higher low, which is what the market did. Now, you see this previous one. This is a higher high the market created. Now, if this market creates a new higher high, for this market to continue on an uptrend, it has to create another high higher than this high, which is what the market did right off here. It created another higher high. Now, this higher high has to proceed with a what? With a new what? A higher low, which is right here, a higher low. So when you see this, this is a bullish structure. Bullish structure. Someone is asking a question. Just leave engulfing candles for now. I'm trying to explain this structure now because this structure helps you to even know where the market is. It's not about engulfing and all that, because I will show you an engulfing here and it killed a lot of people on this particular pair. I will say it again. That engulfing pattern, understand the market flow first before you start talking about engulfing, because remember this whole engulfing thing, if you start applying it just the way you think it is, you start losing more, because it's not all engulfing that are engulfing. There is a purpose why those things are there. They use it to manipulate the market, but you have to understand the structure of the market first. This is what I'm explaining. Take these lower highs and lower lows first. Then I will incorporate this smart money into this thing. That is why I'm introducing to you the Fibonacci tool, enabling you to know where the market will reverse. It helps you. You understand? It helps you. Okay? So now, remember the fib. The lowest point to the highest point. You put a fib from this point here, and you send it up to the highest point. And what happened? Where was the retracement? The retracement happened right here, around the 70%. Abi? Okay, now, this new move, this is where the new move started. This is where the move started. So you have to put the fib from this point. You put this fib from this point, and this market went up to this point when it was going down. And what happened to the highest point? You see, now it came back to what? Which level again? To around our 70 and 78.6 level. Are you seeing? Now, this one also, what happened again? When the move started right off this point. Let's put another fib again. We put fib from this point to the highest point. This is our higher high. And what happened again? To the highest point. And what happened again? This market did what? It reversed at that same 70 and 78 point. This is not a coincidence. You guys don't know this, that this is what this market is doing. You just think this market will just reach somewhere and reverse. These are the keys to the market. If you understand it, you know that this is how the market moves. So once you mark up your chart like this, you are expecting the market to react in a certain way on those particular levels. You are not even using support and resistance. Am I using support and resistance here? I'm not even looking at anything like resistance. Is there a previous resistance? Why did this market reverse here? Why? There's no mitigation candle, like you are trying to look for the last sell candle here before the buy. There's nothing like that. That's why I told you that my trading style has changed a bit. It's not all about the last engulfing candle before that. There are a lot of things too that are attached to this. It's not all about the last sell candle or before the buy. Most times the market will reverse. At some point you'll be wondering, why did it reverse here? I didn't see any candle. I didn't see any engulfing candle. And you'll be wondering, this is just it. I use support and resistance. Sorry, I'm not saying support and resistance doesn't work. Please. I'm not saying support and resistance doesn't work, because it's the same concept of support and resistance. But I'm trying to tell you retracement levels where the market reverses. You wouldn't just see any significant point and the market will just reverse. You'll be asking yourself, what happened? So I'm not talking about support and resistance here, because right off here, if I remove this thing now, are you seeing a definite support where this market is reversing? Is this place a support, a strong support that this market started buying? Is there a strong support? Did the market bounce up 2 times? Did it give you a double bottom pattern for you to see it's a valid support? But the market reversed at that point. So is it by support and resistance? Yes, it's support and resistance, but I'm just trying to show you some other, nuggets in the market that you've been skipping. You don't know that's what has been happening. Right. So now look at this again. This one has happened again. All right. So this one created right here. Abi, created a new higher high. The market has gone what? It has created a new high for also. Abi, it has created a new high for also. Right here. So let's put a fib from where this whole thing started. All right. Let's put a fib. Let's see. All right. If this market starts dropping massively now. Okay. So from here, if this market doesn't break this level. From here now. So right off this point. So we are expecting this market to do what? To either come here to give us a new higher low for the continuation upward, or it has to break a previous structure now. It has to break a structure now. What do I mean by break a structure? This market has to break below this, because this is the last higher low. So this market has to break below here, starts going back up before you can now say, okay, this is now on a downtrend. All right. So this is what I'm expecting right here. But that's just by the side. All right. So hope you guys understand this. This call is on record. Okay, it's on record. It's on record. It's on record. Right. So you can just go through the same thing again. I can show you on different pairs. I can even show you other calls I'm going to have. I'm going to dissect other things too for you guys to see. Okay. I use my fibs now for entries. Like I use fibs for entries. Fib is just a math tool. I use fibs for entry. I don't even wait for candlestick pattern. I just use fibs and I just enter the market and boom, I'm in profit. All right. So remember also that there's also something that most of you do. At the end of this call, there are some things you have to unlearn, please. You have to unlearn some things. You know why I say you have to unlearn some things? Because there are some things you've learned about the Forex market. Remember, everybody knows this. I'm sure you all use this. Impulsive move, Abi. Then correction, Abi. Then what happened? Continuation. Right? Am I right? Am I right? People should tell me now. You see this impulsive move. Then the market starts correcting off here. Impulsive move. Traders, this is a correction. Then continuation. Abi, no be so. All right. So let me tell you something too, because when you use this, some of you will now use your fib settings, your fib to measure. Normal traders, this is what they'll do. They will now use their fib at 61.8 to now say, okay, this is where this market reverse. This is the fib right here from here to here, lowest point. Now you see right here, this is 61.8. Are you seeing 61.8 level? This is 61.8. This is 61.8, where most traders reverse. See here, 61.8. Are you seeing the candles? Are you seeing the candles? 61.8. 61.8. Are you seeing all the candles? Pin bars, engulfing candle, engulfing candle. Abi, you had engulfing candle here. But what happened? What happened? You had a 61.8. You had the impulsive move. You had all this whole correction flag. Yeah, everybody, the flag traders will be saying, yes, this is a continuation move to the downside. It's in line with 61.8. We have all the candlestick patterns. We have engulfing candles. We have this, we have that, we have that. And what happened? This is a trade. I took this trade right back because I know this is a trap. Because remember, I'm on a bullish trend because this market is giving me, it broke above the structure, gave me a higher high. So all this one is, it came to do at this point, it gave me a higher low, which means this market is going up to break this previous higher high. This is it. So I wasn't bothered about this retracement level here. Yes, although yes, they sold, they made some money at this point. They made some money. But what happened? They've not TP'd now. Their TP is around here. And what happened? Boom. Market went against them. Now, having all this, knowing the direction of the market, let me now show you where you snipe. That is what you're interested in. Let me now show you based on this concept. Now, I know that these smart money guys, what they do is they start creating equal highs for you. Start creating candlestick patterns right off here, telling you that, reversal is coming, candlestick is coming, everything, market is reversing, it's selling. All of a sudden, boom, you see, goes up. Now they created equal highs for you to see. Now let me show you where the sniping comes. Let me show you. Now let's go to the 4 hours. It's very easy. Let me show you the 4 hours. I like using 4 hours, please. I like using 4 hours. I don't like using 1 hour for entries. I don't know why. I love using 4 hours. 4 hours is one of my best time frames for sniping, right? So now, when they did all that at the 61.8 and everything, now, when they did this spike up right here and all this, okay, all these ones. Now, this is my 4 hour candle right here. This is it, 4 hour candle. Watch. The last sell candle before all these big moves up. The last sell candle. Remember, I want to snipe because I'm on it upside. So this is the last sell candle. Right here. This is the last sell candle. Right here. Okay? And my price point, again, is, let's use 80. Okay? 0. I like using zeros, please. You can start using that too. It's going to help you. Right? So next thing, we have to color that box. Okay? Now, remember, I'm not entering, no. It's not immediately. Now, my stop loss will be here. Yes, you can see enter. Oh, yes, this stop loss is not too big. I think I entered 2 positions on this one. This one to here now, stop loss is 21 pips. So it's not much. The stop loss is 21 pips. So see, this is our red line. Let's change it to a blue line. Now let's go back to our 1 hour. Like let's go back to 1 hour now. We want to see something on the 1 hour. Okay. Now this is our blue line. We've gotten the direction of the market. Now let's get to where this market wants to reverse. Okay. Now you see, this was the whole sell candle. Now this was our activation line. Now see how this market came down. Our stop loss was just below here. See where our stop loss is. That's where 4 hours is. So the market activated right off here, of this point. It gave you a drawdown of about 15 pips, and boom, it went your direction, right? But let me also give you a better snipe. Like if you want to get a better snipe, all you just have to do is go to your lower time frame. Remember, you have to understand the levels and where the market is going to. First of all, it becomes tricky when you don't understand the nature of the market. This is a bullish trend. So I'm more interested in the buy around that 61.8 that they manipulated. So I'm interested in the buy signal right off that point. Now, let me give you the perfect snipe right here. Let me give you the perfect snipe. Now, while all this happened, are you seeing this impulsive move up? Are you seeing right here? I'm giving you some trades, the trades I took, right? You see, down move. This is an up move, up. You see, level, price breaking above this level, indication. So even the 61.8 was just a mess. So, but I was looking at all these candles. All these candles were giving me the direction of the market. So now I want to get a precise point, and it must be in line with either a New York session or a London session. I cannot just be trading like sniper entries and I just want to enter off anytime. I have to make sure that these sharp moves usually happen around New York and London session. So I'm more interested in those fast moves. Okay? So there are 2 points. There are so many entries the market to give to you. Believe me, you can enter off anyone. You can enter off anyone. I entered one position down right here, this one. Then when this market came back and gave me another entry, I entered off again. When this move then happened, like this impulsive move happened, this one, the retracement went back, then immediately this one was happening and we had this move. Once this was the engulfing candle that I was interested in. This was the engulfing candle right here. This was the engulfing candle right here, right off here. This was my engulfing candle. Now my stop loss has been reduced again. So right here, I used the 0.2, the 0.3 lot size right off this point. You see my stop loss now? My stop loss is now 7 pips. 7 pips stop loss. This is my entry right off here. Immediately this 5 minutes candle printed because I've gotten the direction of the market. I know where the market is going to. Now they always mitigate off. Now you see this engulfing candle in line with the trend. It's the engulfing candle. Shit, what happened? All right, sorry, we're back here. So look at the engulfing candle right off here. So just go back to your chart and practice these things. So this is the last sell candle before we had this engulfing candle up. So immediately it did that. I came and put my pending order here and put my stop loss just underneath this point here. This is where I put my stop loss. Right here. Stop loss was just underneath this point. And the market just came, snipes, and that was when the bigger move happened. Very sharp move. Very sharp move. I see. This happened in less than 20 minutes. Like you can see the move. Close to like 100 pips. Straight up. Like you just entered off a trade and pull. You are in profit like immediately. So understanding the direction first, then sniping is another thing you have to take note of. You don't just snipe anything. Understand the market first. Know where the market is going to before you start sniping. You can't just be sniping anything. Any candle you see, you snipe. No. Any candle you see, you snipe. No. You can't be doing that. Understand the market first. Understand where the market is going to before you start sniping. It's very, very, very important. These are nuggets I use in trading. I use them all the time. I can show you a countless number of snipes, right? So this is just AUD card right away. And there's also something I also want to let you know about. There's a rule I usually have. I usually use what is called they used to call it the evening star technique. Evening star. I don't know if you know about your candlestick pattern. Evening star technique is a very powerful technique. Like I have something like here. I have a morning star right here. So I'm projecting this market to see buy off because right here. So I'm not going to jump in. I'm not jumping in. Yes, this is my projection. This is where I want this market to come up right here. Are you seeing right here? Okay. I'm not jumping in because I need to see the momentum first. I need to see the buy because my stop loss now is about 46 pips. Okay. So 46 pips stop loss is still high. So I'm interested. I want to see the bullish momentum. I want to see a bullish momentum. Once I see a bullish momentum, then boom. You see where my line is? Okay, this is where I'm expecting that reversal to happen. Okay, let's take it a little bit down right here. This is a structure that was broken. Check your lower time frame. When the market breaks a structure, it happens. This was the last point the market broke. Now, market has broken above the structure right here. It's broken above the structure. You see, we had a kind of resistance here. Then the market gave you a double bottom. You see, it broke above the structure. Now, I see kind of a retest here. So this is not where I'm entering because my stop loss is very low. It's too far. I'm not entering here. I want to see that momentum candle form at this point. I want to see that sharp move up. I want to see that very sharp move up right here. Now, and that sharp move has to break above this structure here because I have a structure. Remember, structure rules the market. We have a structure here. Now look at the structure here. Look at the structure. On the 5 minutes time frame, this is where I want. Look at the candle. Let's assume that the candle is the candle we form here. You'll be wondering, then why would you now have to wait for it to break here first? What if it doesn't come down? Don't worry. If it doesn't come down, you should go. I won't chase it. So if it comes here at this point and I get a very sharp reversal, and that sharp reversal breaks above this structure here, then I'm just waiting for the snipe. If it comes back, the last sell candle that did that a retest, this is where I will snipe from. Then boom, straight up. So this is my entry point. But remember, I have to wait for the market to break structure. Sorry. I have to wait for the market to break the structure to create a new high right here. Breaks here, come here and test. The same thing. And also in line with this structure here, the market broke out from. The market needs to come and test it here. But I want to confirm if this point is really a reversal point. I want to be sure if they will reverse it at that point because I have this point here as a structure. The market breaks above it. Now I want that market to give me a very sharp reversal here. And if it wants to continue going up, it has to break this structure too. Go up, then when it starts coming down, I'm not interested in this as because right here now is a support and it turns to resistance. But when a structure is being broken, all these structures are no more respected. This support and resistance are no more respected. So now, come back here, give me that mitigation candle right off here because I'm expecting this market to sell off, to buy off rather at this point. Using that, let's see if we'll put our fib. Let's see. That fib should be about 50%. That reversal should be around that 50%. Let's use a fib to see the lowest point and the highest point. Right. So, okay. Retracement. All right. So the 50% is just in line with the imbalance. I guess some of you will know what I call imbalance right here. This is imbalance right here. So I think we have to take this a little bit down. So it has to be with imbalance, not right here. So right here, this is where the reversal is expected to happen, right here. The imbalance, because you see this fast move, the market went up. At this point, we had no sellers available in the market. Like you see, this is where the sellers stopped. Now, at this point, this is where the sellers stopped again. So from this point now to this point, there were no sellers, there were only buyers. That is why we call here imbalance. I see. So that is why we call the imbalance. So most of you must have been hearing about imbalance. So this is an imbalance, and the imbalance is just in line with my Fibonacci 50%. So right off here, now this market should come back to this point. Once it comes back here, right off this point, I need a sharp reversal of this point. Boom! Watch this market and see how this thing is going to work. You will understand it better if you just follow this market now, today and tomorrow, based on what I've explained. See how this thing is going to work. Watch out and see. You will learn, you will understand it better. If you watch this chart on the 5 minutes now, like the way I'm explaining it, wait for this market to come to this point and watch how the market is going to react. And see if it's going to break this level too. Once it breaks it, then wait for the mitigation of the candle that closed off this imbalance before that sharp move up. That is all you need to do. Trading. So this is just how I minimize my losses. I don't jump in because I don't want to put a pending order here and my stop loss is far above. Why should I put a pending order here? Then my stop loss is below here. 45 pips. That is not smart money. That is not smart money at all. If your stop loss is 40 pips, 45 pips, that is not smart money. You're not trading smart money. Your highest stop loss should be 30. The 30 is just like you're just giving gap, but it's not like a realistic 30 pips. Okay, so I think I've done a lot of explanation on this particular concept. I'm going to take time to break down other topics too. Remember, we are just dealing on one particular pair. This is what the traders guys also does too. They don't analyze all the pairs for you because remember, when you start analyzing all the pairs, you start mixing everything up. You start getting confused. That is why I just wanted to use this particular pair to show you guys that smart money works in everywhere. And this smart money too, I'm going to unveil it to the volatility traders that are going to be starting up around 9 o'clock. I use the same concept on volatility, and believe me, I've been catching snipes over and over throughout this week. It's something I've been working for like 3 months now. I just decided to try it out on a live account and all that. Yes, I was making some losses, but my wins are more. You can see my snipes. I'm always sniping. Volatility is very volatile. Smart money works so long as it has candles. So long as the market has candles, finish. All I need to do is to backtest it with smart money. That's all. And look for the possible reversal points in the market. And it's going to work. Believe me, smart money in cooperation with all your patterns is mad. I'm telling you. I can't explain much about this whole thing. How beautiful smart money is. You can combine all your patterns. You can combine your flag. You can combine anything you want to use. You can do your support and resistance. But adding smart money fine-tunes your trading style. Because while others are in drawdown, while others are in consolidation, waiting for markets, you yourself, you are chilling. You are not even in the market. But when you enter the market, you're in profit. Even more than those people that even entered on time. So please just take your time, go through this video, watch it again, follow this thing and try to apply it, because the only way you can learn this thing is trying to apply this whole thing that I've taught you on this pair, apply it on other pairs and see how it works. All right. So the next 10 minutes now will be for questions. So go ahead with your questions. I'm waiting for your questions now. Go ahead with your questions. Let's go. Okay, I think if you want to ask a question, maybe you don't want to type much and then you want to ask a question, you can just send a message. I will mute your mic, then you can ask the question so that everybody can hear you. All right? So would that be cool? So just raise your hand, tell me you want to ask a question, you have a question, then I will mute you so you can ask a question so everybody will hear you. All right? So nobody heard what I said? Just say you have a question. That's all you need to do. Just say you have a question. That's all. Just say you have a question. We are just. All right. Ludovic concept. All right. Let me look for you. Ludovic concept. All right. Raise your hand. All right. Unmute. All right. So ask your question. Ask your question.
Mr. Pecky, thank you. You have been dropping, nuggets for us, and I really appreciate that.
Sorry. Just
my question.
Wait. Let me change your.
My question goes, how can one actually, know the traps in the market? The traps. We have so many candles that we, tell you to buy or sell. So how can we know the traps in the market?
All
So
right.
that's my question.
All right. Okay. How you know the traps? I think my other videos on my YouTube channel can explain the traps for you. All right. They usually create equal highs, equal lows, create candlestick patterns, telling you that the market is going to reverse. Meanwhile, they just want to attract more people to the opposite direction. So those are just the things you have to watch out for. Like when you start seeing equal highs, like double tops that are so obvious, and you know that everybody is seeing a particular thing, like this market is going to sell. Those are the kind of places they usually, manipulate. But most of the times they don't do that, or they have to create those levels over and over so that everybody will see when they start manipulating. They don't just manipulate any level. All right, because they need money. So if they just manipulate all levels, they are not making money. They have to wait for series of highs and series of equal levels to be created before they are now manipulating. All right.
All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Any other person, raise your hand and I'll ask and I'll answer you. All right. But okay. All right. I've omitted you. All right. Ask a question.
Boss, good evening.
Yeah, good day.
Yeah, please, my question is that I did not get how you said we should snipe from the 61.8 level where market creates trap. Sorry, I did not get that point. Can you re-explain?
Okay, what I was trying to say is we have impulsive move and we have a correction kind of here. All right, so that was here. I was explaining this because using this concept, lower high, lower low, then this lower high was supposed to create a lower low. Are you following? Hello, are you following? The person that asked the question is not responding. All right, sorry. Hello?
Hello, I'm following.
All right, are you following?
Yes, I'm hearing you, yeah.
Okay, I said the market created a lower high and a lower low. The new lower high was supposed to create a new lower low. What happened? It created a higher low. Then the next thing that happened, it created a higher high because it closed above the previous lower high. So now this impulsive move that came down here at this point, when this market reversed, started going back up. Remember, at this point of reversal, this point is higher than this point, which means this is a higher low. Abi?
Yes.
Abi? This is a higher low
yes.
Because this one is higher than this one. Now, so if you're now putting your fib from here to here, your retracement is 61.8. Yes, it's a reversal point because this is an impulsive move. This is now like a correction for another impulsive move, but you've forgotten that this market does broke above a previous structure, a lower high.
Okay.
So, because they just want to confuse you, because you are not thinking of this level again. All you are seeing now is impulsive move. Because after impulsive move, the next thing you wait for is what? A correction, then for a continuation. But this other price point that the market created, lower low, it created a higher low. It broke above the structure of the previous lower high. It created a new higher high. Now, when it was coming down, it created another new higher low again. that was higher than the previous one. So when you're putting your fib, this 61.8 now becomes invalid because you are considering all these other points that the market broke above and all these new levels the market created. So when you're putting your fib now, this 61.8 right here is like a trap because everybody is seeing this impulsive move and waiting for the correction and the candlestick pattern forming around here. But they've forgotten that this higher high just created the higher low. So which means this higher low wants to create a new higher high. So you shouldn't be looking for a sell here. You should be looking for a buy. You see? So the same way this market broke above this previous higher high, now you're interested in is what? Waiting for a new higher low that's higher than this one. You'll be looking for a buy. Are you seeing?
Yes.
That is just the concept. All right. Okay, so any other one? 4 minutes. Any other question? Any other question? Raise your hand. Any other question? Any other person? Can you raise your hand? Any other question? Any other question? Just wave. Just raise your hand. Raise your hand. I think these two people have asked already. So no other question. The time is almost going up. 3 minutes more. Can you just raise your hand? It's very simple. Just raise your hand. Question. Doing well. All right. Let me unmute you. All right. Ask your question.
Okay. What happens when it doesn't create a higher high? Like when it's going up from the higher low. What happens when it doesn't go above the previous higher high?
When it doesn't go above it?
Yes.
Yeah, probably at that point it wants to create a kind of a double top and also a trap. Probably. But most times I don't trade the market when it wants to go and create a new higher high. I'm trading the market when it creates a new higher low and starts buying up. So, because you don't know where the market will go to. Remember, you don't know where the market will go. All these things are just projections, but you want to know what the market is doing at each time. So this point here, this market created, I was just waiting for this market. Yes, I took my profit. Believe me, I took my profit. I was out. I didn't even know. Yes, this market created a higher high. Now a higher low. A higher low will now have to create a new higher high. Normally, that is how the market moves. Okay, now I took my profit here because you see at this point, it was already, if you check the 1 hour time frame, at this point, this market was already giving pin bars, engulfing candle. And what happened? Boom, the market went up and took out stop losses because there were people selling, because there were people that saw here as a double top. And so these are the points. Then after taking it up above, they finally came down. Remember, we had sellers here that wanted to sell this market. But what happened? The market went up, took out their stop losses, and finally went in their direction. So this is just the intention of these investors. They want to fill in their positions with because what you are seeing is what you've been taught. The normal things you've been taught, support and resistance, double tops and all that candlestick pattern. So that is what they use to manipulate the market at this point. So if me, I want to sell this market here, I cannot be selling this market here because this is already a double top. Are you saying? I'm not going to sell the double top. I'm not going to sell it because it's obvious. Because look at the first one I took. I've taken this one because this is the first one. The first one is always void of manipulation because that is the first time they are going there. You understand? So once they create the first level, once they want to create the second one, because everybody is seeing that, this market reversed off here. Okay, now this market should do a double top here. And at that point, the market starts giving you, reversal patterns at that same point. Yes, most times it works. It sells, but me, I'm not comfortable. I don't even sell at this point. I don't. I wait for the manipulation to happen. After the manipulation happens, then the next thing. Okay, now look at something like, let me give you an example, like somewhere like here. I missed this. I missed this too. So also when this market got, this is the last sell candle. Okay, now you see this market has broken above this structure. Now this was the previous structure here. For other people that are still in the class, you see this structure here was like a very strong resistance. Market went down. Then you see this market broke above it. Are you seeing? Went above it. Are you seeing?
Mhm.